we're heading into town to go pick up something, and I'm so excited. Y'all continue to watch. I don't know if it's going to be on this vlog or the next, but y'all continue to stay updated to see what we are picking up. I'm so excited, y'all. Figured I'd come out here and do this outside because it will probably get kind of messy. I'm going to be planting some peppers and some tomatoes today. Bought these little things. I think it's like 172 little sections that you can plant in, and I'm going to go ahead and put my soil in here. And the reason why I'm planting my tomatoes and peppers early is because it takes them a while to get started, and they say to start those 8 to 12 weeks before your last frost date. And my frost date ends towards the end of May. Start these out inside so they'll be ready when it's time to transfer them outside. And once I get all the soil in here, I'll tell you what kinds of things I'm going to be planting. Another thing, I have tried to do peppers in the past, and I don't know, I have no luck with them whatsoever. And so I did a little bit of researching on them, and it says to water them from the bottom when you start them out inside and not from the top. They don't like to be like really, really wet. So I'm going to try to do that this time. And of course, naturally, you want to water your tomato plants from the bottom, because you will deal with, if tomato plants gets too much water on them, on their leaves and stuff, it can cause blight, and you don't want that. So you want to water them from the bottom as well. And that's the thing, y'all. Anytime that you're gardening is a learning process. Every year you learn something new. You learn from mistakes that you made from the year before. But don't let that stop you, you know. Just like with me, peppers. I have never had any success with peppers. I end up having to go buy the slips and plant them instead, because my peppers, when I try to do them by seedling, I just never can get it right. And so, you know, I've read about it and read up on it, and it says to, you know, water them from below and not to have them too wet. They don't like to be soaked. Their soil don't like to be soaked and everything. So I'm going to try it again. You know, I'm not going to let that deter me from trying again, you know. So anytime that you have something like that, just keep on trying, and eventually you'll work it out, and you'll figure out, you know, what you did wrong, and you'll thank yourself later, because then you'll learn something new and go with that because it works, and then you'll be able, hopefully, in my case, have some peppers come up this year. They also said that, you know, you could put a heat mat. It's not necessary to have a heat mat up on it, but you could do that as well. But I'm just going to try the watering thing right now. I'm trying not to go over budget, you know. Every gardener has a budget, and you just, you know, you want to keep within that budget that you set for yourself. I'm going to do the habanada, and they kind of look kind of funky. They look kind of shriveled up a little bit there. It's kind of neat. And they said they're a mild kind of type of pepper. They're not supposed to be like really, really hot. It says habanero without any heat. So it's not going to have much heat to it at all. I like both. I like some with heat and some without. So I like to have a little bit of a variety. I'm going to do some banana peppers. I love some banana peppers. And then I also am going to do Corilla de Gongina, I guess is how it is pronounced. I probably butchered that. And these are, let's see, they're supposed to be fragrant, very intensely flavored. So we're going to see how these are. But these are the 3 peppers I'm going to try this year. I meant to pick up some jalapeno peppers too, and I forgot. I did pick up some regular bell peppers, some sweet California bell peppers, but I'm not going to plant them just yet. I'm just going to start on these. And with my tomatoes, I'm going to be planting some ground cherry pineapple. And they say this has got like a tropical taste to it. I'm kind of curious about it. They have like little husks. If you can see in the picture, they have little husks that peel off of the tomato itself. So I'm kind of curious to see what they taste like. I wonder if they got a little bit of hint of pineapple. I love pineapple. I got Paul Robeson. That's a new one I'll be trying this year. I'm going to do your traditional romaine tomatoes. These are really good to make like paste out of. And I'm going to do your classic beef steak tomato. These are really good for tomato sandwiches. And we sure do love some tomato sandwiches. I don't know how y'all fix y'all's, but we put mayonnaise and salt and pepper on ours. It is so good. And then I got the Ice's candy cherry that I'm going to try also. And they're kind of like a cherry tomato, I guess. So we're going to try those this year too. And so I'm going to go back to the peppers here. And all of these, you don't want to put them really deep into the soil. Let me make sure. I just want to look at the backs of them and see if they all say. I think it's this on all of these packs. They're saying a 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. So we're just going to basically take this little stick and maybe just put like just a little indentation in each one of these. And then that way we can just drop it down into the soil. And then once we drop the seed down into the soil, we can take another cup of the mix here and pour it on top just lightly and cover it up. And then after I get these planted, I'm going to go ahead and put them under the light. I've got a shop light. It's basically a shop light. It's a daylight. You want to make sure your shop light is a daylight. And I've been using that, and it's been doing fine. It grew my Chinese pink celery pretty good, and I'll link that. It's either over here or over here. And they took off like wildfire, so they did really good up underneath that. I'm gonna go ahead and slide my tray up, and I'm gonna pour these in my hand because I don't know about y'all, but I always forever drop a seed. And so I'm gonna do it over the table, so just in case I do drop one, I can get it off the table and put it back in its pack. I'm just gonna put these in here. Some people like to put a couple just in case the one doesn't come up. And then some people like to put, get like a big container and just do a whole lot of them at one time and thin them out. It's just depends on the preference that you want to do. Since I have these little bitty trays, I'm just going to put one in each one. Is what I plan on doing. And then they'll grow out of this tray pretty fast. So then I'll have to transplant them into a bigger container. So it'd be a little bit more work, but it'll be worth it. Anytime that you're planting inside, doing your seedlings inside, you will have to at least transplant them one more time into a bigger pot before you actually can take them outside to harden off and put them in the ground. Now that I've gotten all my seeds planted, I'm going to I have a bunch of these popsicle sticks that I've had them over the years where me and Jess have done homeschool crafts. And I wrote on here the habanero peppers, and I'm just going to stick it right here because this is where I know the first row is my habanero peppers. And that way it lets me know which each row is going to be. That way I don't get anything mixed up, because Lord knows I get too much stuff mixed up as it is. So I'm going to mark these. And then after you mark them, you're going to lift up your tray and pour you some water in that one and set them back on top, and you're just going to check that water periodically. When you water in the tray, that will water your plants from the bottom up, which will be better for your tomatoes and peppers. Thanks for joining me today and planting some seeds. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to let you know when I post another video. And y'all have a great day, and don't forget to check back later and I'll show you the surprise that we picked up earlier today.